Warning: graphic pest control video ahead. Do not watch if you might be offended. If, however, you really like watching pest control videos, then hello again and welcome to the Squirrel Hunter channel. Please continue and watch us as we control pest populations with silenced air rifles here in the UK. If you have any questions, can you please check the description below first to see if it's already been answered and for some useful links. Thank you. The saga continues with the H&N pellets. I've either used the ones with the crosses on, or I won't be using them because they're not accurate in my rifle. And if you were very observant, you would have seen the one in the circle was the Baracuda Hunter, which I shall be using in the BSAR 10 today, and going after squirrels. I've already done some accuracy testing, and they came out very well. At 15 yards, I've come out to one of our favourite permissions, the Pick Your Own Farm. I am with Bro today, but I won't be showing his footage. That will turn up in another video. I'm all ready to take a test shot in a minute. You see my gun ice hanging on the camera stand there, you've seen in previous videos. As always, I would recommend you take a test shot before you start the day's proceedings, just to make sure there's no zero shift from any bumps that might have had, and that little spinner in the circle is the target. I'll leave it permanently on this feeder to take a test shot at. The sniper cam's on it. There's nothing wrong with that zero. Happy with that, just got to sit and wait for the squirrels to come in. It's worth mentioning that 2.2 Baracudas are rated by H&N up to 25 joules. Should go fairly well out of FAC rifle. This is a sub 12 foot-pound legal limit one in the UK. We'll see what damage it does to the squirrels over 15 yards. I've used other pellets in the past that were rated for FAC. They tended to cut straight through the target because they're quite efficient. I'd rather have one that smashed its way in and either expanded, which I doubt will happen at sub 12 foot-pound, or take a tumble, which I do suspect happens with an awful lot of pellets. Either way, I want it to dump its energy into the target. You see sunrise, it's hitting the woodland over the back there. Massive amount of woods there, about 400 acres. All looks nice. It's a shame I can't get some shooting over there. I reckon it'll be full of squirrels. But never mind, got our first visitor of the day. Come running up the bank. And rather typically, as soon as you put the camera on him, he wants to run to the feeder. He's over there somewhere. There he is, bottom of the tree, right hand corner. If the tree has a corner, that is. Anyway, enough of that. Seems to be making its way to the feeder. The tendency is to come up the backboard and run down it again. Not sure why that is. That board was placed there when I used to put the hide round the corner to directly stop the pellet flying past. That's more like it. Just focus the sniper cam in on him. We'll wait to see what sort of feeding pattern he's in. There's nothing else on the floor there. That's rather annoying. It's jumped up into the tree on the back of the board. It's more like it. That'll do. Just got to take the shot now. Straight over the top of the eye. Sort of quartering towards you shot. Goes straight through the brain. I'm trying to work out now, using the sniper cam, whether or not it was a good shot or not. Looked good when I took it. I'm trying to inspect it with the sniper cam. Sometimes it's hard to tell when you take the shot. All sorts of things can happen. On the face it works quite good. Let's have a closer look, shall we? We've only got on 12 times mag. I'm looking quite closely at the screen to see if its heart and lungs are moving. Just in the process, involved from the camera magnification, another one turns up. Actually the same spot, coming the same direction as well. Not sure if that one's seen me, or they can see the squirrel on the ground. Sort of looks like it's looking at me, doesn't it? If I turn the camera on, left it there, and ducked back down again, sort of semi-peering through a little gap in the side to see what it's going to do. Definitely having a good look. It's usually concerned squirrel behaviour. They sit motionless, look for danger. Very often that's the point at which you can shoot them. I'm not going to shoot it there, or even try to. Too far to my right. The belly started to grumble. It's made a run into the feeder. So just set the camera on where I think it might be. Let's get that rifle up, shall we? See if we can pick him out. Hopefully he'll turn up in a minute. There he is, bottom of the tree. Is this one going to mess us about? Is it going to come to the feeder? It's no good where it is for a shot. There's no safe backstop. Like it with his head in front of that tree, or the feeder behind it. Let's have a look. I'm not going to shoot it there. It's not keeping still anyway. I know it's tempting. You can't do things that are dangerous. I'm just waiting to see what it's going to do. Holding the crosshairs off. I'm pretty sure it's going to come to that feeder if I wait long enough. There we go. Sprinted over. Patience is a virtue worth cultivating. This is paying off. A nice shot to the head. Trying to shoot it sooner. Probably would have ended up with a failure. There we go. Nice bit of a kick. That looks like a good shot to me. Quite happy with that. Still have a bit of a kick on the ground. Excited to zoom with the camera now. Inspect it. Which one did I shoot? That's the one. Looking to see if I can see movement. Trouble is, peering at the small screen on the camera isn't the best. It's over to my left, which makes it quite difficult sometimes. Have to reposition it a bit. Try and zoom in a bit deeper. Can't see any movement. Pretty sure that's a good shot. Waited quite a while for those first two to turn up. You can see by the sun over the back there. Hour or two, and all of a sudden, 3 arrive in the space of 10 minutes. They've barely been on the ground. A few minutes, those other two. Number 3 comes in. I'm starting to rub my hands at this point. Could be a bumper day out. What's wrong with that shot? Where's it gone? Dropped to the ground. Bit of a delayed reaction off this one. No, it's not running. Just happens to be face down while the back legs are kicking. And that hill falls away quite severely there. It's helped itself down there. But I can't just leave it like that. I'm going to have to go and inspect it. So I get out the hide and go and bring it back up. You can see I've chucked it on the ground, back in the hide now. Nothing wrong with the shot, there it is, I've just chucked it there. What I should really have done is picked all 3 and brought them in, being as I've exited the hide. At this point it looked like I was going to get lots come in. This robin pops into view after about a minute or so. And after filming him, I pop out and grab the 3 of them. And there they are, all gone. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot more. Probably have to wait a bit longer for them. Bro's doing right down the other end. And that's where I dropped the 3 of them, just outside my hide. The wind got up a bit then. Although it's a sunny day, it's early in the year. There's snow on the mountains over there. The wind blows directly from there, right across, straight up to me. Bro's getting caught with the icy blast as well as myself. Neither of us are enjoying it much. Since I've exited the hide, I've resigned myself to a bit of bird watching. Squirrels have chewed the back end of that feeder on the lid. They haven't got into it. It seems to be quite a popular place for the blue tits to come and inspect for some reason. Just the robins come in. I'll just put a bit of wheat on the shelf. Hopefully get a bit of bird activity going. Catch the attention of a squirrel. They're still at it. Not sure what the interest is there. We've got a lot of footage of this. On and off they were, in and out. Very strange. And look who came back. Mr. Woodpecker. We've seen him and another one fighting over territory in the previous video. He's having a good look at it as well. Definitely interested in the same spot. Whatever could be the reason. A little bit of a coincidence with the two blue tits on it. You know, the woodpeckers turned up. Must be something going on. Maybe he's to blame for the damage on the back of the feeder. Definitely interested in it. Getting a lot of woodpecker sightings these days, and I absolutely love it. More birds the merrier. Difficult to see them normally, but I've been seeing a lot lately for one reason or another. At least two of our permission seems to have them. It's a close-up view of him, see what he's doing. I make no apology for showing you this. I think it's great. I've got absolutely loads of footage. Been messing about. Such a pretty bird. Very often hear them when we're out, battering away in the trees. Sometimes it can be quite loud, especially when they're close on a big hollow old log, dead tree and the like. Quite eerie when it resonates through the wood. This is some interesting behaviour. Left this bit in. As I mentioned to you before, that backstop has made a chipboard. It's full of pellet holes. Before it used to stop the pellets when I used to sit the other direction. He's loading the wheat into the holes, ramming them in with his beak. We've seen smaller birds do that way, wedge them in the bark of knobbly trees. Seems to be storing it away for later. When I finished the session, I had a look inside the feeder because I remembered something about it. Generally lots of earwigs in there. Some sort of insect cases, maybe earwig babies, possibly. There's one right in the bottom of there, running around. There's usually about 50 or 60 in there when you open the lids up to fill them up. I think this fella was after a free feed of some insects. That's my pet theory anyway. The same for the blue tits, I think they were after some bugs. Now pretty much all I did do for the rest of the session was watch the birds at work. Despite the icy blast coming off the mountains, they all had to feed. It's nice to see them. You can hear the wind. I've reduced the level of it. It was quite strong. It was buffeting me about a bit. As soon as the clouds started moving in over the mountains, my levels and enthusiasm dropped right off to zero and called it a day. There's my 3 for the day with the sniper cam. 3 is not much of a test, so I decided to go out another day to another location and recognise this feeder. You can see the levels drop quite drastically there. It's a big slope from back to front. I fill it up, having checked it over, sprinkle a bit on the outsides. Full as an egg now. Anytime it drops, I'll tell exactly what's happened. So I'm going to go shooting here with the Baracuda hunters and the R10. There they are. Quick test of the 0 the day before. I'm happy they're still hitting the target. That's a 10-shot group there, all under the size of a 5p piece. It's first light. I should be crossing the field to the wood, set up on my feeder. You can see the levels drop like a stone. It's only been about 4 days since I last checked it. I'm sat in my hide peering out, waiting for squirrels to arrive. So I'm all set up. Got my Rode directional microphone on top of the camera. Quite clearly first light. The birds are all twittering. It's usually a good sign. Seems to me as soon as they start going, the squirrels seem to be on the move. Might be my imagination. I'm not sure if it's their alarm clock. Definitely an alarm clock when the crows and the rooks start blatting away. It's quite loud in the wood, and I love it. So many things going on. It's a good time of year, this. There's Mr. Woodpecker. Don't normally see them in here. Definitely hear them now. Hammering away on the trees. There's quite a lot of dead trees in this wood. Ones that have been blown down. That's just a cycle of life and death, I suppose. All sorts of things going on here. See, the light levels have picked up quite markedly. In the space of half an hour it seems to suddenly get light. I still haven't seen a squirrel. There's plenty of noise going on there. There's a lake nearby. Got a lot of Canada geese. Right, here's the observation round for you. I've already taken a test shot. I haven't filmed it, but I have. BSAR-10, it's got a 10-shot magazine, so I've got 9 shots left. And here's squirrel number 1. It's turned up on the top of the feeder. I want you to count with me how many shots I shoot today. The record I've ever shot in this wood is 7. That was a brilliant day out. Normally 4 or 5. I usually got 1 magazine full with me. I don't normally fill the other one up. I never normally get anywhere near a full mag shot. So 1 shot taken, 9 in the magazine. And the squirrel is looking like he wants his breakfast. As per usual, pays to wait till they come and feed. I was pretty sure the day would be good for 4, and maybe 5 if I was lucky. But I haven't got 1 on the deck yet, so I'm going to count my squirrels before they've dropped. Just going to be patient, wait till it sits on the feeder. You won't shoot any more by shooting it here. You're not in the business of wounding things, or missing them for that matter. They either want to get fed and go off on their way, none the wiser, they'll end up dead on the floor without knowing what hit them. Tempting, isn't it? When you see those head movements. The time your brain commits to the shot and they move the head, you can't stop the trigger finger moving. It's much better to have them sat still. There we go. That's it. Down he goes. The back leg kicking. Kicked nicely into view. Good luck at him there. Body shutting down. Quite happy with that shot. And a squirrel 1 on the deck. It's always good when you get your first squirrel on the deck. Just to recap, I'm down to 8 shots in my magazine now. Here comes squirrel 2. Happy days, I've still got plenty left. Not that I'm counting them. How many could I get today possibly? I spotted the one on the floor. Not sure what happened then. Frightened himself. There goes a sniper cam. Gone off for a wander around the back of the tree there. Where's he going to pop out? There's the tail. Yep, he's going to have a look at the one on the floor. That creaking noise is my sticks, not my old bones. Very tempting, isn't it? But we don't want that, do we? It's got to have the patience to wait for it to go and sit somewhere nice. Is it going to come down the tree? Guessing it's having a bit of a sniff about. We get to smell all the other squirrels that have been in the area. Have a read of the newspaper with its breakfast. There we go. Who cares about him on the floor? That's better. I wasn't quite happy with that when it dropped. I just saw that at the corner of the eye. But it gripped on the second time. Very often they'll grip with the first one. And just hang there. It looks okay. Watched it for about 10 or 15 seconds and decided that was alright. But then a minute later I thought I saw something move, so I zoomed the camera right into it and just about make out, still breathing. I was right to think it was a bit suspicious. It grabbed the second time on the way down. That's not normal for a good headshot squirrel. Reaching for the rifle now. I've had a good look at the screen. I can see it's moving. Although it's unconscious, it's not dead. I can see the underside of its chin quite well. There's So this one requires a second shot. Where is it? There we go. Let's get myself stable. Work out where the brain is. Take a shot. The underside of his head. It's definitely dead now. So let's just recap. I did have 8 shots left. Now after 2 on that squirrel, I have now got 6. I've got another squirrel come in. Gone to the ones on the floor to have a bit of a look. Quite happy for it to do that. Get some bizarre behaviours sometimes. This one seems quite confident. I'll sat on that branch just to be awkward. There we go, sat on the back. If they sit still like that, quite comfortable, I will take a shot at them. I've got the sniper cam on. I think it might have spotted the barrel moving. Just going to track it now. Not sure what it's up to. There we go, it's going to go back up the tree. No, it's going to have a look at the ones on the floor. Tempting. You see that head movement? That's what will catch you out. Seems to be any time they stretch with their head forward, unless you know they're on alert. Where is he? Oh, there we go. Nice side-on headshot. Sat nice and still. Should have been a textbook headshot, that. And sometimes they'll just hang like that. The muscles spasm and sharp little claws will grab hold of a branch. They'll dangle till the muscles release. But I'm not liking the way this one's head's curling up at the back. That's not normal, that isn't. So I'm tempted to take a second shot. You see by the way it's spasmed then, that I was right to do so. Let's drop behind the tree. It's rather annoying because I'm going to have to go out and fetch that one, which I don't want to do, but I'm going to have to. I know I've put 2 shots into it. I know it isn't dead the first shot. Rather helpfully, kicks itself into view. So that's another 2 shots down. So that goes from 6 to 4 now in my magazine. If you've been dutifully counting along with me, wish I'd done counting on the day. I wasn't really paying too attention to how many second shots I had to put in. 2 of which were definitely necessary, one of which maybe, maybe not, but hey ho. Sometimes you make the decision. I thought it was moving, so we got a second shot. I'm going for the camera now, put the rifle down. Quite happy with that. See the blood dripping out of its head. Quite messy and gruesome, I know, but if you're going to go puncturing holes in pressurised systems full of blood, it's going to ooze out or squirt out. And after all that, I think I deserve a cream egg to go with my cup of tea. Nice bit of sugar rush, bit of a reward. I have noticed there's a squirrel out to the left of me here, out of the view of the camera at the moment. I have seen it. Been nosing out through the hide, as I often do, very carefully. There we go, there he is. Here he comes. Track his approach. What's it up to now? There we go. It's appeared on the tree, tail flicking away. Not a happy squirrel. Whether it thinks it's a party that wasn't invited to, or whether it's worried there's so many rough bully boy squirrels there, I don't know. Still going to have a look at them. No. Doesn't like it a lot, does it? Still doesn't want to approach in case he gets stuff in. Must be a trap. And of course, if you suspect a trap, discretion is the better part of valour. It's better to sleep in the back of the tree and get up on the branches for a quick getaway. Just have to wait till this one calms down enough for its belly to get the better of it. Too much jitteriness there. Another one that seems to have aligned itself with the train timetable. stop messing with the camera now because I'm pretty sure it's going to come into feed. Well, I'm hoping it is anyway. It is at best a guess. Anything can happen really. Quite loud, that train. I have to reduce the volume of it. This one's just going to mess me about, I can see. Nope, looks like it's made its mind up. There we go. It's more like it. It's on the feeder at last. Hopefully we'll get some sense out of this one. Let's get the sniper cam on him. There he is. Go on, sit still. I dare ya. I double dare ya. Oh, he's going to feed. That'll do. Worth the wait. This one's hanging like the other one did. It's hanging like I expect him to hang. Muscle spasm. Grip once. So I'm going to proper dance around that. It's come to rest to the right there. That's it, all seems to be over. Don't mind the wild thrashing around, especially when they come to rest quite quickly afterwards. It's usually a sign you've done the job properly. Let's have a look at him with the camera just to see if that's true. You've got to give it a bit of a look. The other to dance about. A second shot, just for good measure. Now I've only got 4 squirrels on the deck, and in my mind, I can't have shot that many shots, can I? I can tell you this, because I had a few doubles, in my mind I decided to take some more test shots. I took 2 more, exactly 2, which takes my shot count for the day to 10 so far. So currently my magazine is sat in my rifle and it is empty. The trouble with BSA magazines is you keep cocking and firing even though there's nothing in them. Don't get that problem with my Theobans. That type of thing with a magazine. I think some manufacturers should help out with when they design their magazines and have them so they don't actually cycle properly when they're empty. But that's another thing again. If I could count properly, it wouldn't have been a problem. Here comes another squirrel. As far as I'm concerned, I've still got shots in my magazine. I will be shooting it in the head anytime soon once it gets on that feeder. I'll just let you know in advance of, so it's not as shock to you as it was to me. Bit of a faff about with this one. Coming down the branch trying to look at the ones, but nah, belly's grumbling. No compassion in the squirrel world. Just a grumbly belly. Now he's having another look. Let's get the sniper cam up on the screen. Start to track him. So I'm going to shoot him in a minute, aren't I? Where's he gone now? Further flicking. Eyes up over the top of the scope, back to the scope again. I'll try and catch up with him. There we go, sat on the top. No, it's finally settling. Here we go, perfect. And this is what happens with the silenced air rifle. Just dawned on me I've got no pellets left. I think the squirrel's done. I'm straight back on the feeder. I've left this in, so I'm now scrabbling around trying to get my bag open. This is what happens when you don't have the foresight to load your second magazine. Just in case you might get quite a few squirrels or take more shots than you need. I'm currently loading the magazine up again. And this is all in real time as it happened on the day. See the squirrels still happily feeding. My rifle's stuck up in the air, unloaded. I'm trying to get them loaded as quick as I can. think I might have only loaded about 4 onto this. There we go. He's still there. That's the relief. There we go. No problem. After all that, he sat still long enough to take the second shot. Actually managed to fling some lead at him this time. Something a good bop about. All seems to come to rest. He's had his little thrash about, so I'm suspecting it's probably okay. It does pay to watch them a little bit. Very often a pause. Zoom in a bit more, get a better look. Nope, can't see any movement. So after all that, there's another squirrel on the deck. Quite happy with that. Spotted another squirrel. Got the camera on. I've since had the magazine out. Filled it right to the brim this time. So I won't have that happening again hopefully this session. Unless of course we have a massive pile of squirrels come. The record for this wood for me is 7. That was a day where I had 3, and as I was packing up the rain started to come down and 4 appeared in the space of 5 minutes. I'm having a good day here for normal standards though, despite the fact I could have had one run away on me. Silenced air rifle made so little noise, didn't spook the squirrel, no lead was flung at it, so it didn't get the head wound that I was hoping it would get. Anyway, enough of that, it's in the past now. Note to self, load you of the magazine and keep track, especially when you've been doing double shots. Just having a good old look again. Par for the course, I'm afraid. Doesn't seem to be worried, does it? Just concerned. No tail flicking. Seems to be moving in a rather measured fashion. And look in the background, there's another squirrel coming across the wood. Just my luck. What's going to happen now? Which one's a dominant one? There's a bit of tail flicking for you. Bit of argy-bargy. There we go, we've seen each other now. Or rather the one at the front seen the one at the back. Oh, guess who's the boss? Gonna be a fight? No. Never ceases to amaze me what we see sometimes, alright? I do like to see the squirrel interactions with each other. I think it's a case of the one on the floor's going to have to wait his turn. It's more like it. Sit up there, old son. Let's get that rifle. Get that sniper cam turned on. There we go. You going to sit still? The other one's right in the foreground at the bottom there. It's gone off to the left. And another train. I have to get a copy of that timetable, I think. There we go. Nothing wrong with that shot. I think the pop has upset the other squirrel and it's legged it. So there's a good old thrash about. And he comes to rest. Film its helicopter tail off this rodent. Put the rifle down now. Usually keep it in my hands until I think it's safe to go for inspection. On this occasion though, I've put the rifle down and craning my head over the hide to the left while the camera's still rolling. See if I can see where the squirrel went to. I'm pretty sure I've seen it lurking around there. Just got to get the camera, move it a bit, show you all what I can see. Just at the bottom of the trees, there he is, see him moving off. No way, shape or form is he panicked, so he's come back down to wait. I'm sat there waiting. I hear the woodpeckers start to batter away at the trees. It's like a council woodpecker with a jackhammer outside your bedroom window when you're on night shift, no doubt. Quite noisy. And talking of noise, this one got my attention. I had my handheld camera looking for that other squirrel. Not sure if that's the same one or another one. He's not really happy, is he? Squawking away. What you got to do when you see a squirrel is wake up the other camera by opening up the screen, turn on the sniper cam by holding the button in for a couple of seconds, get the blue light, tells you it's all running, and sit and wait for it to turn up on your feeder. And there it is on the floor. One of them is anyway, I'm not sure which one it was. Took me about 5 minutes of waiting for it to come down. Bit of a difference in the microphone performance between the two camcorders. This is my main Panasonic SD900 with a Rode directional microphone on top. And yet another squirrel has come into the feeder. It's turning out to be quite a good day. On 6 squirrels for the day. I'm hoping to get close to my record of 7. This one just has to play ball and get up on that feeder. It's pretty much the same story over and over again. If you're patient, they'll present you an opportunity. And if they don't, they'll wander off unharmed and you'll get them another day. It crossed my mind once upon a time to buy a 410 Hush Power and just shoot them wherever. But I do like the air rifles. This one's having a good look at the ones on the floor. It's another good reason to pick up the dead ones if you have to go out. Do away with this sort of behaviour. They've got to convince themselves that it's safe to go near the food source, or they can get their turn without being beaten up. Doesn't seem to be too worried though, does it? It's another good reason for having those big branches. Sometimes they'll run up them to avoid going past the ones on the floor. Offers a way over the top. It's also handy if you get some bonus targets come in, like some of the pest species of birds you've been asked to keep an eye on. Not that I'm targeting them, but if they turn up, they could be in trouble too. Where's he gone? Looks for all the world like he's scarping off to the right. Where's he? There he is. Hasn't gone far. Just have to get back centred again now and wait till he gets on that feeder. Birds are still making a racket. There we go, he's jumped up on the stick. Gets to avoid all the ones on the floor then. There we go, let's get the sniper cam on. Straight to feeding. Happy days. Let's get myself steady. Wait for the head to come back. They can't help it when they're sat in a certain position. That looks like a better shot. And it's all over for Mr. Squirrel. Happy with that. Get the camera and zoom in just to check. Yep, happy with that, that'll do. Another one bites the dust. I'll spot this one in the distance. It's up to the left of me, through the sticks. Just hoping it's going to come back somewhere I can shoot it. Where's it gone? I've lost sight of it now. I'll give up in a second. Here it comes. Coming around the trees for some reason. But literally 30 seconds after turning the camera off, it decided to make a dash in. So trouble trying to look at that little camera and pick up where it is. There it goes. Across the ground. Mad dash. It's come sort of off the ground, across the trees, then down the tree and sprinted across the ground. And now it's making a beeline for the feeder. The last squirrel I shot equalled my record for this wood at 7. This would be a new wood record. No pressure then. A standard bit of nosing at the ones on the floor. I don't worry about seeing this time and time again, because it means I'll get to shoot plenty of squirrels. Some days we turn up and get nothing, see nothing. Another day you can have a bumper day like this. Just catching them when they've all moved into the area. And that little feeder tends to pull them all out of the woodland. Far quicker and more efficient than chasing them around the woods. Anyway, let's get the sniper cam on. Try and find him. There we go. That's it, sit up straight, son. Nothing wrong with that one. With the pellet up the spout. And that's just kicked into that position. And that's where it dies. No need for a second shot there. I was a bit perturbed by the amount of second shots that had to go in. Could blame me for a few of them. Maybe the pellet's not really best suited to the sub 12 foot-pound rifle. I'm pretty sure the Hunter Extremes would be my choice over the Baracuda. Or rather, the Baracuda Hunter Extremes over the Baracuda. That concludes the test. Gotta have a robin. I think I've already had one in the video, but we'll have another one anyway, because I like them. I've wrapped up now, and believe it or not, I came out of that hide and there was another one behind me. Could have had 9 if I'd sat it out for another half an hour. I left early as it was. 8 on the deck. More than happy with that. I have to come and try and mop up that other one another time. There's a rifle. And don't forget your ICE emergency contact info. There we have it. 8 of them and the BSAR-10. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.